Have you ever looked at the moon and thought, why doesn't my camera capture it like this? Instead, you end up with a tiny white dot or a blurry out of focus mess. Well, the good news is you don't need expensive telescopes or years of experience to capture amazing moon photos. With almost any DSLR or mirrorless camera and the right settings, you can capture stunning lunar detail. In this video, I'll show you exactly what gear you need and the camera settings that actually work. And by the end, you'll be ready to take your best moon photos yet. So let's look at the gear that you'll need to get fantastic moon photos. A sturdy tripod, at least 200mm telephoto lens, 300mm if you've got it, bigger even better, and any DSLR or mirrorless camera. And that's it. With the right settings, you'll be able to get fantastic moon photos. So what are the best settings to get great photos of the moon? The main thing is you want to be in manual mode on the camera. Also, you want to be on manual focus, so turn autofocus off. If you've got a lens stabilization, turn the image stabilization off on the lens, and also if you've got image stabilization built into the camera, make sure that's turned off as well. That's just so that you don't get any conflict with the image stabilization because the camera is already stable on a tripod. I'm using the Canon R6 Mark II as a mirrorless camera, and on here I've got the Canon 300mm f4. I've also got the Canon app connected to the phone, and the reason for that is I can take the image with the app on the phone here. I can press a button and there I just took an image. So what I'm now going to do is show you how we focus on the moon. Now I can see the moon, but it's just starting to go behind some clouds, so that'll be interesting. So here I've positioned the moon centrally in the screen. So what I'm going to do now is flick to live view mode, and then I'm going to hit the little symbol here, which is like a magnifying glass. If you press it once, that's 5 times, twice is 10 times. So as you can see, there's a bit of a out of focus blob at the moment. So if I now carefully turn the focus ring and we're in live view, you'll see the moon come into focus. Now, because I've got a 300mm on, I only have to touch the camera. You see how it's wobbling? That's the reason why I'm going to take the image with the phone here. Right, so you can see it's still on live view at the moment. Let me take that back onto camera. Now I can actually take the image with the app on the phone. There we go, just took that image. However, if your camera is a little older and it won't work with an app, then you would want to use the built-in 2-second or 10-second delay, or you'd use a shutter release button. So the ideal settings when the moon is a lot higher, because at the moment, let me just turn this around so you can see. If you can just see the moon over there, it's quite low and it's not very bright at the moment. So when it gets a lot higher and it's brighter, because it's almost a full moon, it's going to be very bright. What you need to do will be set the camera to around f8 or f11. The shutter speed want to be down to 1/25 of a second, and the ISO would be quite low, 100, 125, something like that, 160. And just play around with it. Once you've nailed the focus, try taking a few shots and see what you've got. If you need to adjust it slightly, you can adjust the shutter speed. You can either drop it down or raise it up a little. You're on the tripod, so if you go really low on the shutter speed, it's not going to make any difference, just as long as you don't touch the camera and you either use the app or the built-in timer or a shutter release. Right, so it's now the next night and the moon is 100%. I've had to wait a little while for it to get high enough. I've probably got to wait still another half an hour. It's already gone midnight, so it's going to be a late one. Now I've got my Sigma 600mm lens on, and I found that with the R6 the sweet spot for this particular lens is around f8, so I'll be shooting at f8. I'll have the shutter speed probably up to about 250th, and the ISO I'll keep that low, that will be down to about 100. Now I'm going to use my built-in intervalometer, and I'm going to take 200 or 300 shots with this, and then I will stack them on the PC using a free software called Sirill. Now if you've not used Sirill before, it is a fantastic free piece of software and it's ideal for this kind of work. So I'm not going to go into Sirill fully now because that is a video for another time, but I'll very briefly show you what I'm going to do. So open up Sirill and then make sure you're in the conversion tab. Click on the plus button at the bottom and bring in your files from your folder. Give it a name and then hit convert. Once conversion is complete, you can go into registration, register your files, and it will show you your best file. So then click on this symbol at the bottom here and select your best file, tick it as reference, and then go to the stacking tab and start stacking. And once stacking is complete, you'll get a final image which you can then take to wherever you like. I shall take mine into Photoshop and do a few little tweaks, probably just some contrast and some saturation, and that's it. And then once that's complete, you'll have a nice final image of the moon. Anyway, I better get set up and get this camera going, or I'm going to be here all night.